Hi, this is Paulina Babaluka, and I'm here at the beautiful Amathus Beach Hotel in Limassol with international speaker, best-selling author, and power networker Itzik Amiel.
That's correct.
Who is a global leading authority on networking and relationship capital. So welcome to Cyprus.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the...
What a beautiful weather we have here.
Yes,
right?
always. So Izi is the acclaimed author of one of the leading networking books globally, The Attention Switch. How to use a secret ingredient to attract, influence, deeply connect, and get the success you always wanted. Wow, so I want to know about that. And it has been said that the book is Dale Carnegie supercharged for the cyber age. So we're going to talk a bit more about that. Izi travels the world and trains top CEOs and entrepreneurs on how to use the power of networking. But he hasn't always been training and speaking about networking. He has a very interesting background. He's a very successful international lawyer and has actually been the chairman of International Tax Lawyers Association and a member of the board in a lot of associations globally. So tell us a bit more about your background and what made you switch from being this very successful lawyer internationally to teaching networking and relationships.
I'm happy that Pavlina stopped here. I didn't tell all my resume because I guess we're 20 minutes of resume, and that's not what I had to share with you. But yes, indeed, I mean, I was a lawyer for almost 22 years. I'm still a lawyer. But one thing I always was afraid to share, Pavlina, it was the fact that I love people. And you know, as a lawyer, you cannot say to people you love people. It sounds very cheesy. It does not sound real. But if I look back to my career, the reason I was all these nice things at board of directors, all the nice things, it was not for the ego. It's because I always helped people. Always wanted to be authentic. Always wanted to be sincere. And guess what? I always got into this board of directors because always all the other people were not like that. And that's as simple as it sounds, that it is. And I was a good lawyer in the sense that I will help people grow internationally. It's not that I was, you know, those lawyers are coming to suck your money. I help people grow. I mean, I was international expansion. That's why I'm specialized. I did in 58 countries, emerging market. And guess what? I was here so many times in Cyprus because Cyprus, you know, is a very important financial center. As a tax lawyer, we used a lot of Cypriot entities already from the 90s. And I used it a lot. So, I mean, Cyprus was for me a very prominent jurisdiction in all my career. And guess now, even now, for our speaking industry. So
yeah,
that's in short.
So, I mean, I know that you're training the board of directors of the Big Four, Ernst & Young, KPMG, Deloitte, and PwC. So what can CEOs of very successful companies like that learn from you with regards to networking and communications? Why would they come to you for help?
That's an excellent question because, you know, I also asked this question. I mean, why should they come to me? I mean, and this is exactly the same point I just mentioned. I used to not to tell people I love people. But guess what? In our days, when organization grow, like all these Big Four, and before that, even other industries, if you look at Apple or Dell Computers, whatever companies there, they always reach a point of what we call in the industry the split. There's coming a big split between what they do and why they do what they do. And most of the employees of big companies do not know why they do. Well, if you are there, a small entrepreneur, you definitely know why you do what you do. Of course, you know what you're doing, but you also know why you're doing it. The big companies do not do. And that's one of the problems, the split comes out. There's a huge gap, the trust that those entrepreneurs get from stakeholders, from their client. What do you think all these companies, suddenly all the trust disappeared, the financial crisis, trust disappeared. How do you fix this trust? And this is one of the big things big companies or big CEOs do not have to do. Because for years they didn't dedicate time for this, what we call the emotional stuff. That maybe you, Pavlina, you know, you have it naturally and I love to share it, but most people don't understand it. And this is not anymore, definitely not anymore an intangible thing, cheesy thing. Trust in our days is ultimate, the most important part to start a business. Because your client don't trust you, don't like you can forget about it. If you don't build real, authentic, sincere relationship, you can have the best product service in the world, nobody buy it. And that's why it is. So I mean, those big organizations needs it. And if you're a small, again, medium organization, you better build it on the sense of trust, likability. That's where you're going to shine for a long time. And you don't have to come 20 years later and say, help me get trust for my client. That's too late many times, Pavlina. So that's in short what I'm doing there.
Okay, so you teach them some new things about relationships and why, and transferring to the clients why they're doing what they're doing, not only what they're doing.
Correct.
And this is a new, actually, capital in the market, the relationships capital.
I mean, maybe I could add more. I mean, there's something I developed called the attentional leadership. I mean, I don't like someone to talk about leadership in the sense that, you know, just to be a leader. But, you know, nowadays a leader is people who get what we call implicit leadership. People follow you because you're an amazing human being. Not because you tell everybody, I'm the boss, now follow me. That's dictatura. And when this change in the market happened, then attention leadership means if you as a leader give attention to everybody, to your employees, to your partners, real sincere attention, you'll be a leader. But if you don't know how to give attention is just recognition. They're just saying good word to people. It's just as simple as this. You won't be a leader. And one day people will just say rebel against you. So we don't want to have this guy. And this is the secret of a good leader. So that's what I also teach them, attentional leadership.
It's a people's people. It connects
Absolutely.
with everyone.
Big time.
Okay, and another thing, you have been called one of the most connected individuals globally, across countries and cross cultures. So if I want to be one of the most connected individuals in my niche, cross countries and cross cultures, what are the main things you would advise me to do?
Again, great question. I mean, the simple thing I should do, connect with connectors. You know, you don't know how to connect with people who know how to connect. But I always say there's a disadvantage of it. Because if you break the relationship with these connectors, all your network goes. So then the best way to do is build your own connection. And I think very important thing, I think we talked about also yesterday night when we went to a very interesting dinner, I think I'll tell you in a second. But I always mention to people, when you meet somebody, you don't have to look at this person helped me get my business. Not important at all. Not at all. Because you have to understand that the people you need to help you in the business sitting in this person's network. So if you go to an event, a conference, and you meet somebody, I don't know, a dance teacher, I say, oh, it's nothing to do with my business. That's the mistake you're making. Because maybe this dance teacher, his uncle, is the biggest board of directors of the company you're trying to reach. But if you won't know this dance director, you won't know his uncle. You know, in the networking world, there's what's called the 6 degrees of separation. You know it, LinkedIn based on it, even Facebook, on the online network. Also in the offline network. It is a study you did in the 18th century by Professor Milgram, who gave 160 packages to 160 people in Nebraska, USA, and asked them, I want this package within 2 days, within your connection, to be able to get it to a Boston, Massachusetts, USA broker. Do everything needed via your network that these packages will arrive. After 2 days, 158 packages out of the 160 arrived. But the fascinating thing was that all these 158 packages went via 3 people. So all these people has these 3 people in the network, and these people knew this Boston, Massachusetts broker. And these are the connectors. In everybody network, there is these people exist. You have to find them. I believe, and I always believe, and I wrote about it, you need to know, listen to carefully, 5 people. You want to be a multimillionaire? 5 people. Not 1,000, not 100, 5 people. If you know those right 5 people who are connectors, you know half of the world. And this is the mistake people. It's easier than people think. They'll go meeting everybody. You don't need to meet everybody. You don't need to talk to everybody. You cannot maintain relationship with friends of hundreds of friends. How can you do that? It's a hell of a job. But if you know 5 people and you really know and you find them, so the next question probably ask me, how do I know those 5 people?
How do I find these top connectors?
So it's the same question I ask, how do you find your husband or your wife? Everybody telling you, when they pass your way, you're going to feel it, right? You know it's the right person. That's exactly my answer to you.
You have to put yourself out there. Let's say if I have a startup and I want to be in Silicon Valley and networking with the top investors, or if I want to sit and have a coffee with Richard Branson because he's the top guy I want to meet, what do I do? How do I meet this top?
They're human beings. They're everybody around us. I'll give you an example from a month ago. I was in Hong Kong in the conference, and I was at the airport in security line. And the guy in front of me was a small man with a beautiful lady with him. And I could see there's something interesting. I didn't know who they are. But the guy forgot his jacket. And of course, I care. You know, you care about people. You want to tell them. You could ignore it, but say, hey, I saw you forget the jacket. I said, sir, your jacket, please. And he came back, yes, sure. And then I asked the security guy to hand him the jacket. He was fascinated. He liked it so much. He said, come, why don't you have a coffee with us? I said, thank you. I don't know, I have nothing to do with the airport specifically. I'm not going to the computer to check my emails. So I went to get coffee. Guess what? Who was the guy? It was Tommy Hilfiger. Do you think I know is this guy? Yeah, I met another guy, interesting person. And this is the thing, they're always there around you, next to you, everywhere you go. Just open your eyes. And most of the people who knew this Tommy Hilfiger, the only thing they're going to ask him, can I have a picture with you? How stupid it could be. People are irritated by it. They don't want that. If you see an important guy, even if you're in Cyprus, if you see an important guy, you're not going to go give the picture with him. You go to this person, and I always want to ask you one question. Can I do it? And ask him an unbelievable, intelligent question. And I promise you, you're going to end up an hour and a half with him, maybe even invite you for lunch or dinner with him.
So
And
be
that's where the
interested
relationship
about
starts.
them. Be
Absolutely.
interested.
This is giving attention.
Yes.
Because everybody wants to feel significance, Pavlina. And you don't have to talk to them, to listen to their story. And then they feel great. And that's where the connection starts.
So is what distinguishes a highly successful networker from the average person? What are, if you would say, the top couple of things that distinguish a very, very successful networker? Because everyone can say, I'm networking, I'm going to networking events. So what makes you different and the people who are in the top networks in the world and they get things done through their networks to the average person who networks?
Maybe I should tell maybe the surprise, the end result. I always believe that a great networker are introvert, not extrovert. Extrovert, we call them in the networking world, many times they're networking jerks. You know, those guys, you go to event, just get business cards, go home, don't even know how you look like, and send you the same text to all the people met. Oh, it was great meeting you, puking you all the brochure. What do you do with those emails? Delete, delete, delete that way. But imagine be a right guy that just send you one little email with one line. I loved your glasses and your hairdo. Wow, you changed your hair. You'll make all your day. Nothing about business. So sincerity, authenticity, being yourself is very important. Because if you're not going to be yourself, and listen to it very, very carefully, I'm a little bit of experience telling you that, you will attract the wrong people to your life. And that's what will be very sad if you're going to come 40, 50 to start getting rid of all these people that make your life miserable. But if you be authentic and sincere, the right people come to your life. They will attract you like a magnet. And you'll be surrounded by wonderful people, and your life will look, and I promise you, they even help you get to success. This is networking. Networking is really the caring, for really things that we know. I mean, again, I'm talking to a lady from Cyprus, and you know, it's part of your culture, the warmth. Again, I go back to the dinner yesterday, the amount of food, the amount of generosity. You didn't do it to impress. The restaurant didn't do it to impress, but this is part of caring. Showing we have everything for you, that you feel comfortable.
I think it's a natural thing we do to network with people. We just put them on a table and we show off so much food, meze, eat. And
now sign here. But, you know, I have to tell you as a lawyer.
This is the value we give as a culture, food.
I tell you a secret as a lawyer. It used to be very known negotiation skill in the U.S. You know, in the U.S. when you do negotiation, they put the American would sit on one side and the other side would sit the other side. And what they used to do, behind the American there was a kind of a glass window, and getting late, and the other party getting hungry, so they start putting the food, start arranging the food behind the mirror, and the guy seeing the food, dying to eat, but they're not going to go eat before the sign, the negotiation. The American will sneak a little by little, like they're going to the toilet, but they will eat something, they're not hungry. And that's why they used to break the other parties, with food. So food is important in every workplace. But just to complete the answer to you, I mean, so sincerity, authenticity is very important to be a great networker, but then also, you know, and we're talking about face-to-face networking in the sense that I'm not talking about online networking. I always believe that if you don't know how to connect with people in real life, how will you do it online?
Exactly.
How will you do it online? So you mentioned Richard Branson. I think I told you the story of a friend of mine. She's from the US, very young girl. She's just 22 now, very successful business lady. But she was, when she was 18 with her brother, she started a company in the US. And suddenly in the Twitter, she saw a tweet that Richard Branson willing to meet everybody for cocktail in Miami if you pay $2,000 for a charity of his. So she tweeted back, I would love to meet Richard Branson.
And she was 18.
But yeah, and she could not drink in the US. She said, but I'm not allowed to drink it. So they tweeted back to her, yeah, you're very welcome to come with your twin brother. You have to pay still $4,000 for a charity. So they went to the father because they didn't have the money. And the father wanted a business plan. They wrote a business plan. The father gave them $4,000. They ended up going to Miami. They met Richard Branson. And since she was so authentic, because she was just 18, very sincere, he loved very much the company, invested a lot of money of them. He put another friend of his to invest as well in their company. And 3 years later, they sold the company for $150 million.
Wow.
So this is no more than FaceTime. It's not the intelligence, it's not to be the best in the world. It's the sincerity to go after what you want and meet the people. Even the top people in the world, you can meet them face to face. They're not going to bite, I hope. So that's very
Exactly.
sincerely what it is.
So be authentic, be sincere, be yourself. First, of course, you need to determine what you stand for and to know what you stand for. That's why you teach also personal branding, I believe. So we're going to have you in Cyprus soon again. I mean, this time you here to do some trainings, I guess. And I would love to know what you like about Cyprus, except meze, before I move on to the next question. I mean, what do you like most about?
I think Cyprus, I mean, it's not a secret to know, maybe it's Mediterranean or specifically Cyprus, the warmth of people. If people like you, you're going to feel it. They don't have to tell you, you're going to feel it so much. As well as the food, but also the way they talk to you. The way they give you the feeling. They will give, for example, a friend of mine picked up for the airport. When you land for the airport, you got 2 bottles of water, cold and normal. Who's doing it? You feel the sincerity in every little act. And this is what you feel when you go to Cyprus. So I mean, and I think that's why I attract for years a lot of people from different kind of background, cultures, people that maybe think the cold to this area. It's not just the weather. It's the hospitality, the feeling welcome. You feel really at home. And except for that, I think something people don't understand, they don't know how many successful Cypriot business people internationally. We tend to forget because they move and they think they are from other country, but they're amazing, amazing entrepreneurial. So why don't you as a Cyprus find a way to find those people and go meet them and ask, how did you reach the success? They'll tell you. But most people don't understand that it exists. So absolutely, I mean, because they're mistaking something Cyprus with Greek or other people. No, Cyprus is a very unique island in the Mediterranean with very unique people. So don't compare them to nobody, just come and experience it yourself.
Okay, well, we're going to have you soon with us for the Business Power Summit, because we have so many entrepreneurs in Cyprus and so many great minds, and we're going to teach people how to grow their business globally, network, and you're going to be one of our keynote speakers. And there's going to be a link somewhere over under this video for people who are interested to know more. So what will people who come to that event expect to gain from the training from you?
Maybe I should say what this event is not. You know, Pavlina, a lot of people knows me, know that I will never go to event when I'm not sincere to help people. It's not another event to make money and to bullshit the mind of people. I hate it. Remember, I'm a lawyer. I don't want for those things. But the sincerity to help people, there's a lot of people who hunger to success. And the only thing they're missing is few tools. And sometimes they're falling into a little gadget, whatever. It's not about that. We need tools that take you from now to the rest of your life. If you're an employee, you want to grow in your business, we get you the tool. If you're an unemployed person, you want to get the business, that will help you. If you're an entrepreneur, you want to grow. So networking, you know, there's nothing in the world you could do without the help of other people. There's nothing. You cannot do anything. Success you cannot reach alone. And to reach that, we're not teaching a tangible, intangible tool, kind of cheesy. We're not coming to fly the air in our event. It's practical, it's business oriented. And in the end of the day, Pavlina, you know why I'm doing it? Because I have a connection. I mean, what does it worth this connection if I'm not introduce them to other people? They're expecting it from me. So in order to select the right people that you want to open the black book for them, to let them expand, help them grow, we need to have this event. So everybody can come, we'll meet them face to face, they meet. Because if you don't interact with us, if you don't like these people, don't do business with the people you don't like. So you need to feel, you need to talk to the people. You feel the energies, said, wow, I like this person. And that's the moment you can start developing a relationship with that. So I committed to you, with Pavlina and the rest of the group, to be there for long term. I'm not here to be one training and bye-bye and I won't see me again. We want to create something that you as an entrepreneur can go into very interesting ideas Pavlina is bringing with the partners to Cyprus to bring more and more steady growth that you'll see all the necessity you need from top people in the world and show you the way. And not that people come, grab you, and you not see them again.
Yeah. Like give over time all the tools to be the
Absolutely.
top global entrepreneur. And
some people have all the tools, they just have a nice service, they don't know the right people.
Yes, yes, networking.
Simple.
Simple, and that's why we encourage networking in all our events and all my events. And this time we're going to have also a networking party for people to connect. I mean, to practice right there, you know. What
and maybe we should call another group of people, if you're watching us, startups. Those kind of companies who need investors, for example. You're actually looking for meet to the right people. So it's not just the people who need just setting of mind, etc. It's even people who have a good mindset, they're eager, they're hungry for success, but they don't know the right people. They're in Cyprus, small island. How can I reach to the other side of the world? Hey, Pavlina and the partners bring you people like me here to help you grow together. So jump on this opportunity. Jump and try it. What can you lose? Maybe you can only grow from here.
Yeah, I believe for every entrepreneur, for every person who is entrepreneurial, and for top executives, right, who are looking to connect, like the executives you are training.
Absolutely.
Globally, the big four, you're training the big four, so it's for everyone. So thank you very much for your time. I think we're gonna go have some more meze before you leave Cyprus. I know you love the food. And
Surely
maybe
yes.
go for a swim. We have perfect weather. And see you soon. And you will find information, a link about the event somewhere under this video, over this video, depending where it's posted. And thank you, Itzik.
Thank you very much.
See you at the events. We're gonna learn, grow, network. Yeah. So
And if you have
anything,
questions, there will be everything under the video.
Yes, yes. Anything you want to say to
No,
close
I
this?
really hope to see you face to face. I mean, it's very interesting to see you via the camera, but if you see us face to face and Paulina is my witness, you're gonna feel the energies. You're gonna feel the caring. Not much I can see, but you'll be there because we did already in 58 countries. It's not the first thing. I promise you're gonna go to a hula hoop of emotion. You're gonna feel success. You're gonna feel very sad. But then you feel who you are, and that's what will help you connect and grow internationally. Are we committed for it, right, Paulina?
Yes.
Thank you very
We
much.
are. And we're so excited for helping entrepreneurs and people with passion to succeed globally. Thank you.
Thank you very much.